And welcome. This is Briony Smith, Land in the Forbidden Library, and I know it's a different time, but it's been a weird Monday. I haven't really had time to do my proper schedule. I did a small update on the Discord. I can say I will be back at the same time tomorrow for Limbus. But yes, I did want to get my stream in today. But yeah, and the mysterious cat girl has graduated, so I can do my streams now as well. I have more time to do things. It's great. But hello everyone. Hello Lucas. Hello Rahel. Hello Sweeney. Hello Howdy. Hello Novosaurus Phantom. Hello Scarlet Silver Iron. Welcome, 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 welcome. I haven't paid rent in 5 years. You're gonna busted by each of you are. We're gonna put you in a fail state for failing to pay your rent and taxes. The magical IRS. Put the music on. We got the Dangan music again because I'm still horrifically obsessed with 100 Line Last Defense Academy. But that is not what we're gonna think for. Taxes! Yeah. It's that horrible word. Hello, other me. Goodbye, other me. Taxes! So what we were trying to do, let me look at the notes. So, fix the display for rent. Oh, look at fail states again. Look at the choices for alert and basics of making a cutscene goes for experts. I've kind of done the basics of a cutscene. I just need to, do better. Do more. Do. So we did get it, the taxes work. Yeah, because this timer wasn't working. So we do have taxes and rent. Rent / tax is the same thing. Oop, I went into second phase. It doesn't work in second phase. We also need to get it to work in second phase, so forever grateful that we don't have to file taxes where I live. Yeah. I didn't have to until I started making income with YouTube. You don't in the UK unless you're making more than £1,000 a year on, like, other stuff. You don't have to declare it until that point. Well, I am making that much now, so. Okay. What we yeah. So I need to figure out why the hell that bit of text isn't working. So that bit of text is an object, and that object is the rent, and it is the rent value display, which should be the global dot rent. So that's the actual value, and then this is the one that has the time source. So if I just do the time source on its own, does that work? So let's just copy that. Get that. Because it might be a case of maybe I just need to. I think it did work. No. Do that as a Briony just I wish I wasn't. Then I would have people paying for my stuff for me. Yeah, so it's not happening. And yeah. No, I need 10. I need that time. So is the timer not being triggered? Is that what's happening? Get time source remaining, rent time source. Okay, but is it not being triggered somehow? Where was I triggering it? Was I just triggering it in here? I've just be like, boom, go. Randomize alarm to start the time source here. Which it should be to restart it. So do I just restart? What's going on? Bourgeois Smith. Again, I wish. Music's a bit loud. Okie dokie, thank you for letting me know. Turning that down. Bit too far down. Are we around here? Sound good? Echo! No echoes, just me. She's not got jokes. She's got existence. Hey, it's working! So was it a case of I just didn't trigger it? That's got to be the reason. So let's see if that works with the rest of the display then. So we'll just take that away, add that, go. Yeah, that's working. Right. It's huge! Why is it humongous? I don't want it to be humongous. Hugh Among Us. Sus. No. I just want it to be a bit smaller. That would be nice. Okay, so let's, so maybe not counter font, unless I can just make counter font a little bit smaller. Where's my fonts? Fonts. Counter font here. Counter font's huge. Button font? Can I maybe do the button font? Button font's a bit smaller. We could use the button font instead. Button font. Yes, tax and rent is in fact a threat. And sometimes rent has a different name. Sometimes it has mortgage as a name sometimes, but it is a very large threat. Oh, that's nice. That's a lot better. Look at that go down. You're like, oh my god, I need to pay my rent. Ah! Okay, yeah, I have enough to pay my rent now. Success. Hello, Red Eye, welcome. Okay, that's fixed. What's next on my list? Right, yeah, I need to do something that if we get to a point and you cannot pay your rent, what will happen? How we gonna handle this? What happens if we run out of money? Did I make notes for this anywhere? Rent! Here we go. Every 5 minutes, money is taken away to pay for rent. If rent is not made, what is owed is doubled for next rent. If rent is missed too many times, and I guess you fail, make it hard to fail. Yeah, there are so many ways for the system to take money. Currently, yes, many ways. I don't want to make it too... Okay, so the best way to do that would be to go into game, go into the alarm that triggers it, and it'd be like, if profit, no, global slash profit, if global dot profit is less than global dot rent, some kind of alert saying rent missed one time, then double amount for next time. One warning. So we're gonna have to set warning amounts too. I don't think we're gonna need to be global for this, so we'll just have, where's my rent section? Rent time source. Where's my global dot rent? Did I not put that at the same place? We should sort these out. If we're gonna have a rent time source, it should be next to the rent variable. Rent warnings equals 0. So just when it starts, you'll have 0 rent warnings. And then it will go up each time. If you've had one. So we'll probably have like maybe a case and switch here, just for like if you've had 1 warning, if you've had 2 warnings, if you had 3 warnings, game over, probably. If missed rent, now your knees have to be confiscated. That would make paying back the rent the next time rather difficult. But yes, they could take body parts. They could take maybe there's a choice. You could take the equivalent in stock, potentially. 3 failed payments and game over. In the second failed payment, you get offered shady loans before the third payment arrives. If accepted, loans will siphon a percentage of profit for a while. I like the idea. Coding that might be tricky, but I do like the idea, so I'm gonna write it down at least. 3 warnings of missed rent. First, landlord is nice. And just adds it. Second is also added, but player is offered a way to pay from shady loan shark. If offer is accepted, debt is paid off, but money is taken. Money in is... Oh, I don't know. Your Nico kneecap privileges have been revoked. Your Nico kneecaps. Debt is paid off, but money is... but some profits are taken by loan sharks for a while. Third, game over. Which means I don't really have a concept of saving progress yet, so I'll probably need to think about that. So therefore, I don't have a concept of throwing your progress out of the window yet. Yeah, that feels like a bot. We'll see how they respond, but I feel like it's a bot. But yeah. So, first, landlord is nice and adds next month. We could do that pretty easily. Yeah, that feels botty. The vibes are off. The vibes are off. They might be a normal person, but the vibes are up. Yeah, the vibes are not good. Okay, that's fine. Bot is banned. What a strange bot. Bots are strange. Okay, so if you don't have the profits to make a rent, then we use so switch on rent warnings. It's this, isn't it? What case 0? So if you have 0 warnings, then you get a slap on the wrist and your rent gets doubled for 1 month. Yep, beep beep boop. Beep beep boop. Not a bot. Beep beep boop. So I want an alert. How do I use my alerts again? We'll do that in here. So I'll want to create an instance layer of the text box here. Welcome from your lunch break. I hope you're having a good day. So we want the alert box instant layer, alerts. What is the alerts part? Ah, that's just to say an object text box. And then we want to put in the text box alert box dot text would be you've missed your rent, but yeah, we did. We fed it to the bot. It was trying to be an underage girl apparently, which is very strange and generally uncomfortable. So definitely fed to the crocodile. You've missed your rent, but it's only the first time, so your landlord says they will expect it next month. It's fine and pay them next time. Which it will take global dot rent equals times 2. So it should just times that up, or is it times then equals? I never know which way that's supposed to go. There we go. So I'll double rent for a little while, but once it's paid, it should be. Yeah, it was a pretty weird one. Yeah, the normal size phantom is in fact not normal. Therefore, cannot be doubled. And by not, I mean not normal in a good way, for the record, because I don't think anyone who watches me is really all that normal. The question is once it's paid, the next time I need to put it back down again, is the thing. Yeah, it was a very strange one. Very strange. I don't get bots all that often, so maybe it's because I'm streaming a bit later or something. Or maybe because I'm streaming game dev, it assumed I was some kind of neckbeard. The Danganronpa music not helping my cause at all. And then it should be once it ticks off again. Neckbeard. Beardony necks. I'm glad you're not a bot, Boris. It'd be really awkward to have made you a mod and be a bot. Admittedly, there are bot mods that you do put in for these things, and I do have a couple, but I assumed you were not one. So it would be kind of heartbreaking to find out now that I made a robot that I was not aware of, a mod. you're nuts, it's fine. But how could I believe you? You're just text on a screen. You could be a robot still. I don't know. How does one prove they are not a robot? I don't have a captcha for you right now. I can't tell you to find the traffic lights. Hello, Xnom! Yeah, gaming prime time. You too are not a bot. The way of speech I do is just strange on purpose. Really? Really? Are you sure? Are you sure? Hello, Kukuba! We're trying to figure out if anyone's a bot. Are you a robot? Is anyone a robot? Speak now or forever hold your peace. Ow. Anyway, what was I trying to do? Oh yeah, so I'm gonna put a little variable here for rent doubled equals true. And then I can just put a little, after it's been taken, a little quick if rent doubled, then take rent doubled to false, and global dot rent divided by 2 should work. Are you an Autobot at least? Sweetie, that is a very important question. Are you an Autobot or does it can't be? To be fair, you have confessed, so you're not very deceptive. Yeah, you're friends with the Primes. Good, that's okay. You pass. That's okay. We can have Autobots. Safe. Okay, so what I'm also gonna do is I'm gonna take away that and make the alarm a lot faster so that I'm not waiting 5 minutes to test my code every single time. Let's wait like, I don't know, I think that's like 3 seconds. That's a lot, not a lot of time, but we'll figure it out, I guess. No, that's a long time. Wait a minute, I know why. Because the timer doesn't change with it. Again, I'm gonna copy it, comment it out, and then make another one, so I don't have to figure out 5 minutes again. See, Sweetie's from Sentinel Prime, oh no! We can't be having that! I am a bot that turns pretzels into chewed up pretzels that are inserted into your stomach, where they are used to battle hunger, and it tastes good. Oh, that's good. False claims! Fake news! Not Sentinel Prime! Fake news! I didn't expect us to get, Transformers lore today, and I'm very happy about it. I'm all in. So, rent payment should be taken now? No. What's 300 milliseconds again? Because this is time source in seconds. What if I do time source? Units. Frames. Oh, I can do frames in seconds? I can do it in frames, yeah. I think it's 30 frames I've done, which should be half a second, theoretically. Yeah, I thought so, Red Eye. I thought so. I am a machine that turns bread and coffee into janky code and crappy drawings. Your drawings are not crappy, Howdy. I'm telling Optimus about you. Oh no. She's a snitch! Sweetie's a snitch! As long as it's not Michael Bay, Optimus. Yeah, Optimus is chill. So I should have had it get to this point a lot faster. Because my profits... No, it should be if profits are less than rent. That's why it wasn't triggering. But also, I think this is in frames, not in seconds. So if we wanted it, say, every 5 seconds... Then, say we need 60 times 5. What is it? I need a calculator. 60 times 5. 300. Yeah, that was right. So this should be every 5 seconds, theoretically. And we need to change this to 5 seconds, and that should technically work. The game runs at 60 FPS, frame is 16. So it should, yep, bad weather, okay, that's fine. No, it didn't, It also didn't reset it, which I don't like. Homo. Okay, for one, I need to change the alerts so that they don't happen as often. That would be nice. Let's have it once every 50 seconds-ish, maybe. Let's get some debug alerts in here. Debug messages! Debug messages! So, debug message. Alarm triggered. Alarm triggered. Debug message. Too poor. Rent up. Right, let's keep an eye out for these. Should do it. Gotta keep an eye out down here. That's where we'll see them. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Nothing. Nothing! Is it because I have 0 here? It should be like... I think it needs to be 300 there, like I'm not triggering the alarm in the first place. Oh no, it's too real. Okay, so this should trigger it. Aha! Yay! We got all of them. Alarm trigger, too poor, rent up. Correct. However, variable not set before reading it. But that's because I want to set it there. Can I not just set it there? But I need to set it somewhere else, I guess. Okay. I mean, I guess... if it's been paid again, then it should be set here, theoretically. So rent doubled equals false. Should be set there, theoretically. Is that just not set? Can we not just set it there? Can it not just exist there? It's because it's in an if. I know why. I know in my heart why. But I dislike that too. I know, but in my head, I know very much that the reason this isn't letting me do it is because it has to be set here before it gets down to this if statement. Because if this doesn't trigger, then this is never set, then it will get down to here and it'll be like, what the fudge cake is red doubled? I never read that piece of code in my life. So then it will explode, and I don't want it to explode. But at the same time, if I just set it here, it's not going to work very well. So that's my page. But it was set in here, wasn't it? I set it in here. No, I can set it in here, though. Red doubled. False. I figured it out. I'm a smart cookie. Ha 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 ha. I don't have to set it in there. Because I didn't want to set it in here. Because if I set it here, then it was going to be true every single time it entered into here. Because it was going to be like, oh, look, it's false here. So then it was never got down here. Therefore, bad times. But this should work. Theoretically. Let's go. Unhinged ranting on why code isn't working. I gave up on coding a sandwich, which measures how long it takes each keystroke. I just forced the user to press enter as fast as they can as they enter a letter. That makes sense. Okay, go. Right. Better work. Okay. What do you mean? It has been set, I promise you. It got to rent up. So it got in here. It just doesn't like this for some reason. It doesn't like me setting rent doubled as true. When it's here, rent doubled. False. But now I want to set it as true because it's now true that the rent has doubled. Yeah. I know that feeling. My PC has so much random crap on it because I don't know why I'm pressing go. I have this bad habit when I'm coding of when it doesn't work. And hello Maxwell, yes, more Danganronpa. When it doesn't work and I feel like it should work, sometimes I just run it again because I'm low-key kind of mad that it didn't work, so I just run it again as if it would magically work the second time, even though I haven't changed a goddamn thing. Why? Press go, collect $300. I wish. So, out of curiosity, I'm just going to take that away for a hot minute. Yeah, considering how coding works, you'd be surprised how many times that might actually work, but you're not supposed to do that. Yep, you've missed rent. Okay, so it still took rent from me, though. Oh, Lord. And now it's, like, constantly doubling. Oh, no. If I just leave it going, we're going to be in so much debt. Also, I can't get rid of this alert anymore. It's stuck. Uh-oh. Code. It doesn't work. One time I removed a comment and my code stopped compiling. Ah! I've been there. It hurts, doesn't it? It hurts when something that should be so very, very, very logical and follow all the rules because it's a stupid machine. And machines have to follow rules, but they don't follow rules, and then they do stupid things, and things don't make sense, and... Coding. Partly science, partly art, partly eldritch magic. Yes, correct. 100%. That is exactly what coding is. I remember a group of work where our database was improperly connecting to the front end. We turned the laptop on and off and it magically worked and never failed again! Ah! I mean, you're not supposed to eat a whole cake for breakfast, but look at me. You're not supposed to eat a whole cake for breakfast, but cake is tasty. So why can't I set this as true? Is it because it I've just realized what the issue is the whole goddamn time. It wasn't referring to rent doubled as the one with the issue. Give it a minute. It went... Did it go up and then go straight back down? Yeah. Yeah, so I think what happened there, we got into here, and this all happened. So basically the issue was I had a capital T here. That was my whole issue. That was the whole thing. It was a capital T. It wasn't rent doubled. That wasn't word. That it wasn't setting. It was true. It thought true was a variable, but it wasn't a variable. Coding is teaching tiny electric wisps to run a maze and do complex math. Of course, I love that. That's a wonderful description of coding. Oh god, linker script errors? Ugh. Coding feels like the inverse of Clark's third law. It's technology that functions like magic. Or rather, magic that functions like technology. I like a lot of the stories that come up where, like, a lot of the magic is based off code and things like that. I think it's really cool. Because it's so true! It just goes wrong, and it's just magic like that, and also it's getting dark in my room when I need to turn the light on, so I just need to stand out for a moment. It burns! No, it's false light. It's fine. It doesn't burn like the sun. False light. We had a new level of hatred and love for GitHub for the number of times Jekyll error I've had when I'm not even using the damn preset themes. Yay! Right, so we need to make sure this... So this is being set as true, then it's like... Then it's going to take this, and then it's doing that. So what I need to do... Basically, it kind of needs a bit of an else. Really? So that it's not just gonna run that and then run this, so... Else just do this bit. If it can't do that bit, don't bloody do it. And now I just want to make everything prettier. Yeah. Prettier. So, now it shouldn't get down to that point. Also, I need to take rent warnings up because it's just repeating this because I'm not taking the rent warning up. Rent warnings ++. So that should take rent warnings up to 1, so it should only happen once. So wait until our thingy is up. And boom, 20. I didn't actually take anything, but I missed... Also, my cancel button's not working, my close button. So I need to... Ooh, I need to put it in the global ID. the instance number, otherwise it's not gonna work. So let me quickly do whatever this does on that. We need this. That is the line of code I need over here. And that should make my close button work. Oh no! Let's see if we can pay it very quickly. Luckily it's not going to take any more rent from me until I have enough to pay. It didn't re-trigger! Oh, there we go, yeah, and then it went back down to 10. Wonderful. That's what it should be doing. And also I stood up, and my bladder remembered that it needed to pee, so pee. Not a robot! Stop it! Beep boop beep boop, not a robot. Probably powered by tea if I was, that is correct. Meow. Kitty cats. I'm glad you guys enjoy the kitty cats. Did I put on my goodbye screen rather than my B&B screen? No, it's a B&B screen. Yeah, it was okay. I got confused for a minute. But no. Stream's not already over. We are still going and being confused. So we've got like phase 1 working. So second warning. Landlord is nice, adds it to next month. Second is also added, but the player is offered a way to pay a shady loan shark. Okay, so this kind of works with our choice alert box. So this is going to be a whole nother thing that I need to put together. So we're gonna do, I'm gonna put these into some new boxes. So we're gonna have alert timers. So we've got the adventure lock time, the multi-lock times. So we've got all the timers there, so that's fine. So we've got the text box and the close button. So we'd also want some version of this that's going to appear with a yes button and a no button, at least, or a confirmation button and a rejection button of some description. So we could probably still use the text box, but we'll need to, so close button visible true is something in the text box itself. Maybe need to have a parent text box potentially. We have like a basic text box and then one's going to be a cancel text box and one will be a simple text box, because some of these have text boxes as well. You've got your story boxes which use the general text box as well. Story box, or did I make a new sprite for that? I did make a new sprite for that. Whereas we were just using Scuttle Sprite 9. Okay, so first things first. Is it first things first? I'm gonna just make a new one. Let's make a new one. So create object. Call this OJ choice box. And it's going to be very similar to text box, to the point I'm going to basically copy and paste everything into it. Although I feel like this should be something a bit different. Ba-ba-da-ba! Thank you so much for subscribing! Appreciate that. Thank you, Brandon. But. Big butts. What does that mean? Because I don't know if the way I've done the text box is really how you should be doing text boxes in the first place. Because I have it in the room set that this cancel box is there. Really, this should be something that already appears on the text box, regardless of where the text box is shown on the screen. That would be lovely if it's something built in, rather than have to have it as its own thing. But I'm not sure how to do that. I'm gonna give a very quick Google and see if there's anything I can quickly look up now. Did my chill music run out? It did! Restart! If anyone has any games they think have vibey music that you think would be good for the background, please let me know and I will see if I can find a little playlist. I tried to find a Library of Ruiner playlist, but it didn't work. I could not find a chill Library of Ruiner playlist, which was a bit sad. Study with Miku Part 1. Oh, heck yeah. There's the Nier Automata relaxing music. That could be nice. Yeah, F it. I'm gonna put that on. I do. I average 10 people, and that's very cool. epic music. Okay. Right, Google GameMaker 2 text box with buttons. Flexible text input boxes. You listen to liquid dubstep or a single song on loop for hours. Mood. I do that. There are some streams where I've been listening to different music than I've played for you guys, and it has been literally one song the entire time. I understand this need to listen to one song constantly for a very long time. You are getting this on you. Yeah, you are. Cool. Global left button, draw event. Oh. There's gotta be a better way of doing this. It's not often I get a song like that, but like recently as... Do I still have it? Do I still have it? Do I still have it? Yes, we do! That one. That's the one that was loop worthy for me recently. So, from what I'm seeing, I've got a Reddit post up about making a box. Make an RPG character needs typed in their name. So this is about a text input screen, but I don't really want a text input screen. I just want like... a clickable button in GameMaker, but also on a like box that'll pop up. There must be a way to do it. Gotta be a way to do it. I don't know yet. Like, is there any way to draw the object on this? Draw button? What does that do? X, Y, T, Y. Draw object, draw round, draw circle, draw skeleton, draw sprite. So I can draw sprites, but it's not the same, is it? Draw text. I need to see chat. Hello. This is also a song that's very loop worthy for me. So I've got the text boxes. We've got general buttons. That is such a bad joke, and I hate that that's stuck in my head from bloody How I Met Your Mother is awful, and I hate that it's and I just hate that that's the stupid joke that sticks in my head from it. It's annoying. So we get sprite, get height, put in the text, we draw stuff. Is there any way? Add event, key buttons. So we could have key button stuff. Can we have key buttons specifically on stuff? Can I draw begin, draw end, post draw, redraw? That's not quite what I want. So I don't think that kind of works. What I need to do is add a button start. It is such a strange series, and it's one of my favorite things to read discourse on. You know, when you're like just searching the internet and you want like just some harmless discourse to read that doesn't hurt anyone And it's kind of like reading drama, but it's not. It's just someone ranting about a TV show. And it's great, because you don't need to think about it. And it's not going to hurt anyone, but you get to read a bit of discourse about how people feel about its divisive ending. And it's great. And I like reading it. Because this is stupid. Just making it visible is stupid. That's a stupid way to do it. We know it is. And I knew I'd have to face this at some point. Especially if I want to put buttons on it. If I want more than 2 buttons. If I want 3 buttons, 4 buttons, 5 buttons. But how do I put a button on a thing? I missed out on the How I Met Your Mother craze when it was going on. I also was not in the craze. I watched it later with my fiance just cause we've watched a lot. He's caught me up on a lot of stuff. I've always been a very out the loop person, not because I'm a hipster, but just because I'm not down with the kids. Why am I on fire? This is fine. Did I go out? No. This is fine. This is fine. There we go. How I Met Your Mother ending, felt scared of committing to the decision it made. It backtracked and undid the entire season. Yeah, it did by ending Ted returned to Robin. Yeah. It felt like that was kind of the plan, but then it had all the things, and then like it was almost too successful. The expectations were too high. Yeah. What's the thing? Hello, local goober on Twitch. Twitching over. Do I need to like isolate a bit of the sprite and be like, if you right click there? Or can I add, say, so a mouse, a left pressed event? Can I make a left press event at a specific part of the thingy? There is 2 of you. Scary. Not the first time a show has fallen victim to its own expectations. Yeah. Your break is ending? Oh, well, I hope the last bit of your work after lunch goes fast. And you have a lovely day. So, GameMaker left press event. So, if I'm going to see if I can find some documentation, and then that way we might be able to left press events not functioning. No. Keyboard input, blah, 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 blah. Mouse button check, press, controls and movement. Left press event on section of. I take my break like so I have 2 hours to go! Oh, heck yes! Of object. Is that right? On a section of an object. Left clicking on objects, events, prevent clicking through an object. I've already done that. Movement controls. No, we're not using movement controls. Because we just could have it that if it's closed, it does this, and then I don't have to do anything. But that kind of defeats the point of the idea of trying to get a button on it in the first place. We kind of need that. I think Limber's Company will get an update on the 8th, 1300 lunacy as compensation, I think. Oh, nice! I'm going to play it tomorrow. So, if it's getting it on the 8th, it'll be next week. We'll be having a look at the stuff in the update. Is that going to be the, Pergy update that everyone's very hyped about? No! Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. Undo, undo, undo. Oh no! Oh no, I just deleted something. No, I didn't. I didn't delete it. We're fine. I thought we deleted. Nope, well, Purgy's delayed. Oh no! That's a shame. I know you guys were really looking forward to that. Well, we know the choice box is going to have a drawer, so we know that much at the very least. And I can pretty much copy what's in the drawer here and put it in here. It's just the close button that's going to be an issue. And then in the create, we have the other stuff. So let's go to create. Beep, beep. Choice box, create, there you go. Save. Right, so that should all work. They're just giving free 10 pulls worth of lunacy for free. Nice! Wonderful. Look forward to that. May have to take a moment. Branching dialogue system with effects in GameMaker 2. That might be something I need to look into. Advanced text box techniques. Gonna have to watch some videos. Why does no one just make text things anymore? Why do I have to watch videos constantly? Could I have a text box with a button, please? A text box with a button, please. Can you make a text box with a button, please? No, that's not what I want.
Correct position. Then we are breaking at some point. Then maybe you want to scale it up because you have a font and you use it for multiple purposes.
10 key moments in this video. Increasing the page, string copy, inheritance, conclusion. No. That was Voyager. Voyager is my background screen on my PC because he's a cutie and I love him. So, yeah, you might see flashes of him as my PC like swaps between things if I do that. There we go. Look at him. He's so cute. Flexible text boxes. A step event. So text box. So if focus is true, keyboard check for press enter. And focus, get input. And next script. On text, input, draw. I want it as an input box. Text box with the buttons. Yep, he'll be the last one. Looking at us, his small blue dot. I've read the first novel with him in because there's a fan translation online. The second novel I don't think has one yet. Making the text box code work when going up to an object and pressing a button to interact with it. Huh, so apparently GameMaker's really tough for this stuff. Apparently it's not great for UI things like this, so I might be potentially trying to make this in a difficult thing. Can you make a clickable button in GameMaker? I know I can make a clickable button, but can I make a clickable button on a pop-up? On a text box? GameMaker 2, object on an object. Object on object action. That's what we want. Object with buttons. With button on the object. How do I make a button object affect another object that's not a child or parent to the button? That I can do. I've already done that many times. How do I make an animate button? Again, make it new. Making a button or two that selects an object or variable. That's not terrible. I can do that. Why have I picked something like so simple yet so weirdly complicated? Like, if this was Renpy, we would have done this by now. But that was the point. I was supposed to be trying to make something like decent. Why would game making program not be able to do UI stuff? It seems like an oversight. Yeah, apparently. Apparently I need to do GUI layers more than anything. Like, we can do buttons, but like button on a pop-up seems to be kind of tricky without just doing what I've done with the thingamajig. But that's gonna be really hard because look, my room is so oversaturated right now. Is there a way to put a room on top of a room? Because that might be a better way of doing it, because then I could have like an alert room that gets pulled in. Or it might just have to be, I have to do some like jiggery pokery with some of these layers. Because that's on a whole different layer, because that's a specific thing I need. But it seems making a small bit of UI to reuse is tricky. That's what I was thinking. That's, well, what, we can make buttons easy enough. I just want them, I want this to be attached. So let me just wait till the alert pops up. Cause my goal, my want, is to make this attached to this alert box with this on it. At the moment, what it's doing is kind of a fudge, where this is fixed on the screen, and it just becomes visible when the alert pops up. Which I can do, it's possible, but this screen's getting so messy that there has to be a better way to put that together. But I don't think there is. I actually do not think there is a better way of doing that. Because I don't think GameMaker's made for this. GameMaker has its own thing. Let me just open something. Let's just give a save to what we've done. I'm gonna open up the idle game template that it's got. Is that the right file that I was supposed to open for it? So, it's got its own idle game here. And I'm gonna see what it's got that I may not have. It's a bit big. Let me just... Okay, I don't think I can get it all on screen, but here it is. We don't need the music. Click. I have earned much gold for being away. So it's got this kind of stuff. It has buttons. And it has this. This is kind of what I want to do. Idle swear. We wish. So what I need to do is I maybe need to look at the settings menu in here and see how it's done it in here. So let's see, is it Control-Shift-F? Yeah, so settings, I assume. That that's what we need to look for. So let's look at objects, UI, main menu, in-game, managers, game manager, is that it? Nope, I don't know what that does. Save manager, particle manager, so it's not in the managers, UI. Ah, here we go. So we've got objects for each button. And then object lock. Object parent, is that the one that's got it? Don't know, let's have a look at the rooms. So we've got the room that has the game. So pop-ups. What's on that layer? We don't know. UI interactable. So it's got the buttons, UI background, card dock, HUD, background in general. The general managers. And the main menu, which is this bad boy. Yeah, copy and pasting code. We need to, I opened this originally when I was looking at making a game like this, but I did not understand it. However, I feel like we've gotten to a point where I do understand this a little bit better. So we want the buttons. So what does that do? It's got a create event. But it should have a left pressed event. Where is that inheriting that from? Its parent is obj button parent. So what does the obj button parent do? When left pressed, it just makes a target scale. Left released, it plays a sound, and then it does a press function, which I assume is a script. Draw text, pause, tutorials, review sequence. Maybe not, but let's have a quick look at this. So this is all the cards you can get and how they work. Draw text. In fact, I don't need to do that. I could just go Control-Shift-F, trigger the press function. But what is the press function? Where does it set press function? Find all. Okay. So it sets the press function in the actual button itself. Great. That's fine. But what else does the parent do? Does the parent do the draw? So if it has a background, so it's the parent that gives it that background. So is the create the one that's giving it the background, or does the button give it the background? So let's do in the create. Has background? Where does it set that? And then it draws the sprite with... Let's have a look at the sprite. Image scale, spikes, sprite 51. Is that the one maybe? No. Main menu, in-game, UI, backgrounds. Ah, so that'll be it. But I want to see where has background is being set. So Control-Shift-F, has backgrounds, find all. So it just has it there. Where is it set if it has a background? But if this is the case, maybe I don't need to know. So what I'm learning here, let me take some notes from this, because I can't have both things open at the same time. I'm gonna add how to button text box notes.txt. Okay. So what I would like, how to make an alert with button. With what I'm getting from here. So what I need is a button parent. Set up alert parent. The alert parent in the create will give the ability to set functions. But it will draw the background. Draw the icon sprite at the target scale and transparency. Draw the object sprite. The buttons will have different forms such as icon and background. Otherwise it's just an icon. So if it has a background, do this. If it has text, otherwise it's a background with text. So parent draws background. Parent will require text to draw and function for buttons. So the left press and all that stuff, it's all inherited. So that's the draw, and the create will take the functions and stuff like that. Okay. And then when it comes to the buttons themselves, they will inherit the create and will put everything it needs to do to go into the create. So function, resume the game, save, global, save, enemy HP. Is that just a save button? Save manager? That's something I need to do. I need to do a different button. We need a different button. Pop-ups. Enemy. Yeah, like the mute button or something. That's like main menu. It's still going from parent object though, so... And then it just sets the function. How does it know to draw? Oh, I guess it's got the specific sprite, so it knows to draw that. How does it know where to draw it? Big thoughts. Is the button parent the thing doing the background? I'd really like to know. So what I want to know is if I tap that. Yeah, muggle, woo! This. So I want to know about that settings thing specifically. So icons, settings icons. So where are we using the settings icon? Settings. It's not case sensitive, so it should pop 0 results. Icon. So it's being used in one of these. Like in one of the buttons. It should be here. What is that? Button options. Obj button options. This is the button that makes the stuff. Okay. So this makes a function and we'll pause the game. I know nothing about coding, but I don't know, this looks cool. It's a hobby, Diabolical Lad, it's a hobby. Pause surf, so it global pause surf, surface create. This function is used to create a surface that will return the index of the surface, which should be stored in a variable for future calls. What is a surface? I need to find out what a surface is. GPU blendable, GPU surface, application surface, layer sequence create pop-ups. So it goes into pop-ups. So it goes into the pop-ups layer and it creates that layer. So what's in the pop-up layer over here? Pop-up. Nothing! Literally nothing. So it's not just something it's making visible, it's physically drawing it on there. That's what I'm getting. Sequence pause, layer create, so, and then the sequence ID is sequence pause, it's pause sequence, play audio sound. RSVP ASAP? What am I RSVPing to? A raid? Oh my god, thank you guys. Welcome as I struggle to figure out how to make a square with buttons on it. Because that's what I'm trying to do. And it's a struggle. But we're getting there. We're getting there. Oh, we're not getting there. We're not getting anywhere. But we're trying. Hello, Fizzy Busy. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Fine. Oh, and we got a follow from Fizzy Busy. Thank you. Appreciate that. And from RSVP ASAP, thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, Grog Dev, welcome. I'm looking at one of the demo projects at the moment and trying to like unpick it a little bit so I can use some of the code. I'll be dreaming of buttons, I will, because I'll be going to bed right after this stream. And all that's going to be in my head is how to make an alert with a button! It shouldn't be this hard! But apparently it is. Obg away pop-up. How'd this work? So that's not, and then a win box. Do I, yeah, because that's the right sprite. That's the correct sprite. So this is kinda, and then we got the destroy. But that's the win, but I don't, You reached 5 million bullets, congratulations! This is exactly what I need. These are the pop-up boxes I need in my life. GameMaker, all the game makers. Indeed, we making the games, but I need the buttons to do the game, to make the game do the good. And the good of the game of the game of the good. Okay. Let's not try to eat my dice while I'm doing this. Sorry, I've got my dice bag next to him. I just keep picking up dice. And let's not eat them. They always look tasty, but you should not eat dice. Buttons are the worst. I know, and I just had to pick a project that mostly relies on buttons, didn't I? Didn't I? I thought it'd be simple. I thought it'd be easier, but no. Why would I have to do that? Why? Don't you just love it when you thought it was going to be a simple code, but it suddenly turns into a rabbit hole of janky scripts and errors? Yeah, it's the best. I also went for a button-heavy project, much to my peril. This is my first project in GameMaker, and if I had known better, maybe I wouldn't have picked it. But here we are, struggling. I just want to make a pop-up with buttons. Is that so hard? Hello, feral Skeeve. I feel like a feral person right now. Thank you for the follow. And we also have some near music, obviously, to cheer us up. Because it's great. We love near music. Are you making them on the GUI layer? That would... let's go back to my project. Click a base. So for those of you who just arrived, this is the shit I've got. This is my beautiful, beautiful thing. I have a button. So what I've done to make it work in a way, but I need to make it better, is I just have the close button on a separate layer, and it just appears when the alert appears, so you can press it. And I have an alert layer for the alerts to pop up on. And then I have lots of other layers because I had no idea what I was doing. Because we're surviving. Look at this. Look at my wonderful thing. It's a sight to behold right now. And then look, you can close it. Look, it works. It's not over the text or anything. I don't know what you're on about. It's fine. But anyway. Yeah. So it works in a way, but doesn't work in a way I want it to work. It feels like fudge. And fudge is tasty. But it shouldn't be in your code. You could probably make a whole game with pure Win API and have it run on Windows 95. I mean, probably, maybe. But yeah, this is my beautiful project. So how would I like it to work? What I would like it to work I would like a text box with the button attached to the text box rather than it being on there. Because what I need to do, my next step, is to make a text box with two buttons. A sort of yes and a no button. But I don't want to have several thousand objects in my room because I feel like it's getting complicated enough as it is. Like, look at it. There's so many things going on here. But I might just have to live with that. Because I was looking at the other project, and every single button on there is its own object. So I don't think there is another way I can really do this. Use separate objects button. Yeah, you can create your alerts without actually putting objects in the room. That would help with that. Yeah, I would like to do that. I don't really know how to do that. And I would like more reusable code. That's what I would like to do. 100%. Because at the moment it's all a bit messy. We have a lot of things going on. And all the alert times. So much stuff. Embrace the complexity. It's what you crave now. I crave simplicity! But then I started coding, so I guess I don't. Oh yeah, and my nope. I don't need that anymore. I need to delete that layer. Let's just get that away. What is this? What even are these layers? Do I need them all? No? Get rid of it. Delete. Get out of here. What's this like? Oh, this is my layer where everything exists. Instance, create, layer, XY, alerts, text box. Ah, so I think I do have that. Because I don't think my alerts are on there. I think, so we've already got that one. So we're on that one. And then that's that side, and that's that side. So yeah, that's that, and that's that. So that's fine. And then, I don't know what this one is. Let's delete that. I'm sure it's fine. There we go. That looks slightly less of a mess now. That would let you spawn a text box on the alerts layer whenever you want to place them. So I could do the same with the buttons, theoretically, right? So if I have my, let's rename this a hot minute. So I want this to be close button. So technically there's nothing on the alerts. Technically I wouldn't need that either. Let's just hide it for now so I don't have to do anything. But we could have the text box also create the close button as well in the top left. And that would do what we need to do. So I want to go to my object game because this is where I do the creating stuff. So I want that. And I want to put that in the text box. In the create, we will make the close button. Where we'll do it not on the alerts, but on the close button. And I want to do 6 and 4. I don't know where that's going to appear, but we'll figure it out. I must take a short sleep. Okie dokie, howdy. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Have a nice nap. Yeah, so make the text box create the buttons as it needs to keep the buttons attached to itself. You don't need a layer for each object either. It will make things a bit harder to manage. I see. No, we don't need to object text box. It would be OJ close button. Close button. There we go. For this you use instant create depth and use depth -1, which will put the buttons right above the text box. Oh. Raid and run. Oh, well, thank you for the raid so much. I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye. Well, it went up there, but it still worked. So we could do something, so like you said, for this we would like, I'm just gonna leave that there for now. So what did you do? Instance create depth. So for this we need, like I said, I don't know where it would be. I'm just gonna copy this bit down. Depth would be -1, you said. The object would be OJ close button. Variables struct. Do I need that? Do I need that? Is that highly necessary? Can I just do that? Does this work? Have we found our answer? I just have to get the placement right. Ooh, yes! It does work. That way I shouldn't even need that layer. If we delete that layer entirely, and we just have the alert layer, this should make adding choices a lot easier. The button! It appears! The button! The button of closing is miles up there for some reason, but you know, it's there. And it was one object rather than several thousand objects, so that's good. That's what I wanted. Thank you very much, GameMaker Dev, for giving me that, so that's good. What we can do now is place it better. And what I have the box width and string height. So if I can use the box width to get it into the corner, then can I do that? So it would be X is along, so maybe can I do that? Is that how that would work? Where in the world will it go if I just do that? don't think this is gonna work. But I'm just really curious where it ends up. I have a really bad sense of these things. Yeah, so it's a bit further left. Okay. It'd have to be a room. Room height. Where did I have it before? Can I get that specifically again? So room, I had it like here. So 809 and about 395-ish. Can I just pull that in? Probably shouldn't be using specifics if I wanted to put this on anything else other than PC. But that's future me's problem. Current me... What was it again? I have no memory. 800... 385. 800 385. 800 385. 800 385. 800 385. 800 385. 800 385. 800 385. Dead. Go. Play. Skip. Wait. There we go. It's in kind of the right place now. I just need to do better. So we could put it above the text box a little bit. So that way it's not, you know, stupid. So if we want to put it higher, what's higher? So higher is the second number, and we want it to go lower the higher it's going. So let's change this to 305. See where that look goes. Yeah, that's okay. A little bit further down would be nice. So let's put like 10 here. Yeah, perfect. I like that where it is. Okay, cool. Oh no, oh no, oh no. If there's more than one, it F's up because the close button can't handle more than one alert at the time. Instead of picking room envelopes, you could do relative to the box itself, so y minus 100. But that's the x, so it'd be like x. Y minus 100. That's what I'd like to do. So it should be just up in the middle now, shouldn't it? Yeah, that's it. X plus box width, probably. Let's try that. Plus box width, y minus 100. It's nearly there. Ooh, nearly. Minus 10. Yeah. Do it again. We'll need to figure out maybe some different close buttons for stuff. Yeah, it's a little bit further in now. Minus 20. And I want it to be minus 90. Yes, that's what I wanted. Thank you for pointing out some obvious things to me. The UI is awkward. A little bit closer, a little bit closer. So 30, 70. I want it to be kind of kissing the corner a little bit, or just on top of that corner kind of thing. Not that it really matters. It looks ugly as heck anyway, but you know. For future reference, for future knowledge, I would like to know how to do this. We're having fun, that's all that matters. 65, I reckon. Corner down. Make them kiss. Make the corners kiss. Mwah! Nearly there, though. Ooh, it's nearly kissing. Look at that. So it's kissing this way, but needs to kiss that way. So I need to... Oh, because I went lower then rather than higher, didn't I? It should be like 60 now, I reckon. And then we get there. You can math it too. X plus box width minus sprite width. You're a smart cookie grog dev. Sprite get width. And the sprite name is OJ close button. That's not the sprite name. That's not the sprite name. That's the object name. I'm being an idiot. The sprite name is Sprite 10. Sprite 10. Yay! It's kissing correctly. Much smooching. Look at it. Absolutely lewd. Let's go. Okay, so with that working the way it should, we can look into getting the thing. Corner, yeah, you called me aware. We already did it. They're already smooching, Goober. They're already smooching good, these corners. So what I would like to do now is I want to make the choice box. So the choice box is going to be very similar, but it's got a good button and a bad button. So I need to make a sprite for the good button and a sprite for the bad button. I could put buttons into buttons into buttons. We could. Theoretically, yes. Next comes. No. Okay, so. Sprite for the top button and the bottom button. No, these are going to be left and right buttons. There ain't no top and bottom about it. Right, so let's make a little... We need like a little green one with a tick, basically, and that's all. Where's my little sprite? Sprite. Yes! That's what I'm going to call that sprite. Very important. Edit image. Fun fact, I'm working on text boxes in GameMaker 2 right now. Wonderful! We can suffer together! Yay! Sorry, but I generally could not watch coding streams without being bored out of my mind, so I won't be able to attend the stream. That's okay, local goober! I'm happy with you. You do what makes you happy. You don't have to stick around and watch my streams if you're not having a good time. That's absolutely fine. I'd rather you go live your life the way you wish than be bored sitting here with me, and that's okay. You can come to other streams. That's absolutely fine. Da da da. Tick. So don't feel bad. Just go. Be free. Do what you want. So we're gonna have nine slice sprites at all? No, I've just been drawing out my own nonsense for a while. So I also gonna need to create an object here, and this one's gonna be OJ yes button, and it's gonna have my shiny new sprite. Is this going to inherit from buttons? No, I don't think it is. It's going to be the same as close button, so it's just going to have a left press. And that is all. That is all that's going to have for me right now. It's not going to do anything yet, though. I'm just going to put it there. It's a GameMaker feature that's pretty cool. Very useful for the text boxes themselves. Lets you resize the sprite to any size, but the borders stay the same size. I think the example one seems to do that. The example idle project. I'll have to look into that. And then that way we can have nice fancy borders. That would be lovely. So in OJ TextBot, OJ, so we'll need to take this. I'm gonna just copy this. Take that. In OJ choice box, we don't need this, we want this. This will be the OJ yes button. Which the sprite will be the yes sprite. But it won't be plus box width. It will be minus box width plus sprite, I think. And the Y, it'll be near the bottom, but not like right at the bottom. So it would probably be like plus 5, maybe plus 10? Question mark? Let's see where that puts it. I'm gonna need to have it alert with it though. So we're gonna need to have something to trigger the choice box. I'm also not gonna be able to close it for a hot minute. So let's... Oh, let's just throw it in the main menu. If we just take this button for now, the OJ Play. Menu, OJ Play. If we just have... I'm gonna just steal this a minute. Left pressed. Let's not go to room. Let's not even bother. Let's put it in here where we're going to create instance of a layer on OJ choice box. So I have some idea of what's going on. The menu does not have an alerts instance layer, so I guess I'll just throw that in quickly. I will delete it later. So let's throw that in and see what happens. I can't see anything on it because it's all black. I need to change the background. Background. Open editor. I need to edit it. There we go. Now I can see. So the button's not turning up. So what have I done differently? Create instance at -1 depth yes button. Is it because of this? We just put XY for now and just make sure it's actually appearing rather than trying to do complicated things. Yeah, okay, cool. So we can see it there. So X we probably want to put maybe -5, -10, and Y we probably want to put plus box height. Can we get the height of the string? Of the sprite. We want to how did we do that before? How cute! You are ever so slightly late, but that is okay. Sprite get width, so we probably can do sprite get height. You're creating this object in the draw event, which happens every frame, so you're spamming OK buttons a lot. That's true. We should probably change that. We'd want it in the create rather than the draw, don't we? So we actually want to take that out. It should be in here, shouldn't it? Blah, 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 blah. Is that where it should be? In the text? Why is it in the text box? Yeah, it's in the create. Yeah. Buttons go purr. Yeah, they do. Oh, I don't need that anymore. That can be deleted in general. You're still on your way home. Good luck with game dev. Also, trying stuff on my own. I might do some show and tell Discord. Go for it! There is a show and tell section for a reason. By all means, enjoy it. Show off the things you've made. It's very fun to see. Okay, so if that's the case, then sprite get height. Yes, and we want the height of the text box sprite, which is sprite 9. Everyone join the Discord. Yeah, everyone should join the Discord. Okay. Okay, that's not quite right. We want it to be like a little less than that. And it's also to the left. We want it to the right. So it obviously needs to be a plus. And this could be that. And then I think I need to do the same as I did before, where it would be minus sprite. Get height of the yes. Button's drunk. Absolutely drunk. It's going everywhere. Okay, go again. Yay! Okay, we want it a little bit higher than that. I don't want it right at the bottom. That's a bit funny. But yeah, so that can be hijacked for whatever we need it to do. Higher, a little bit higher. -5. -5. This is some strange maths, but it works, you know? Whatever works. He's fine. Boop. There we go. It looks a bit better. Maybe 10. Maybe 10 though. -10. There we go. I like that. Now we need to just put a button in the other corner with the same sprite as the cancel, and that's going to be a yes and no button. So let's quickly do that. So I don't want it to be the same object as the close button, so it's going to need to be its own object. Because it's its own button. So let's just call it OJ no button. But I'm going to use the same sprite because it works, and you know, we can fix it later. And then that's just going to have a left press thing. But we should be able to go to the choice box, basically steal that, have it OJ no button, and then we just need to put it in the other corner. So it would be X plus sprite think it basically needs to be the same as this. But, you know, with an X. Where does that put that? About halfway across, not quite. So, but haha, because it would be width, not height. Width. Width. And this needs to be, what was it? Sprite 10. Sprite 10. Go. Yay. Oh no, what have we done wrong? Sprite 9? No, we want it to be Sprite 10. I see what I did here. I see what it did here. It put a very unnecessary pair of brackets there. Nope! That's gonna have to wait till next time. We're at the start of a new month. Did I close code? No, that's it. I don't need this anymore. I already figured it out. I'm gonna delete this entirely. Delete! Move to recycle bin. Unnecessary. So we're looking into choice alerts. So I'm just gonna put an extra note here. Nearly there. Just need to fix position of buttons and add functionality. Right. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much, Emma, for coming. I don't know what I'm gonna be streaming from here on in, because I was thinking it's a new month, I should shift what I'm doing so I'm not always doing game dev, but I don't know what to go on to, and game dev streams are doing kind of good, but at the same time I'm not sure if I want to be in the game dev niche, because I want to be in the book niche, but I'm kind of everywhere and my brain, it just does. I don't know. So I've got some choices to make. I don't know where you vote game dev. There's a few people would really like the game dev, and I do enjoy the game dev too. This is fun. But become a Dark Souls streamer? No, God no. You definitely need to go somewhere else for the FromSoft games. That much is for sure. Cannot do those things. But we shall see. I have some decisions to be made on what I would like to do. So I don't know. I'm going to be totally honest. I would like to do more game dev in the future, but I don't know if it's going to be I take a break from it for a month and do something else for a little while and then come back to it. There will be game dev streams in the future, but I don't know whether it will be anytime soon, kind of thing. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there as a thing, but I will be back tomorrow, and I will be back with some Limbus tomorrow, that much I can guarantee you. But until then, thank you everyone for coming, thank you everyone in chat, thank you anyone who lurked, thank you anyone who watches the VOD, I really appreciate you coming, and enjoying my content, no matter which way you decide to do so. If you have not already, I would also highly appreciate it if you could leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube, and if you're on Twitch, if you could give the channel a cheeky little follow, that would be lovely, thank you. If you would, if you've done that and you've joined the Discord, you've done all the things you can to support me in the free ways, and you really, really, really want to keep supporting me in another way, then you can do so in many ways. You can do so via YouTube membership, where you get ebooks, exclusive streams, Discord channel, and merch discounts. You can do so via the Patreon, where you get short stories, exclusive stream, merch discounts, and free books. There is the Kofi, where if you like my emotes, you can commission me to draw some for you. And last but not least, is the merch store, where you can get ebooks, first edition copies of books that I've written, keyrings. No, not keyrings anymore. I think I took the keyrings off. A pillow, a notebook, and some stickers. That's all I have for you today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. But for now, I had fun. I hope you had fun. This has been Briony Smith, Lime the Forbidden Library. Goodbye.